Hello, welcome to Ask African Dad. Today I'm going to take more of your questions. Just to let you know, I got a lot of questions. Too much questions. About 400 questions in the email. Why? Why? It was too much. So what did I do? I deleted about 98% of those questions. First, I deleted all the foolish questions. Two, I deleted any question that did not come with a picture. If I can't see who you are, I won't answer your question. I don't care. Okay, let's take our first question. It comes from a young lady by the name of Francine. She wants to know, when are you going to let Clifford know that you love him? Love is a verb. We don't just speak love, we do love. And as you can see, Clifford lives here for free. The school that he goes to, I pay for it. The food that he eats, I pay for it. The clothes that he has, I pay for it. Everything that Clifford has, I am the one that provides it. So I am doing love. Okay, I'm not just pronouncing love at him. He knows I love him by the things that I do, because actions speak louder than words. Okay, let's take our next question. It comes from Francine, but not the same Francine from before. This is a different Francine. Francine part 2. And Ayo also had the same question. So Francine part 2 wants to know, if you people can't do boyfriend-girlfriend in an African home, how will you marry? Francine, you are confused. Francine, you are lost. GPS cannot help you. We are not saying you can't do boyfriend-girlfriend. What we are saying is you can't do boyfriend-girlfriend at the stage and the age that you are in. Right now, if you are doing boyfriend-girlfriend, are you ready to marry? No, you can't even take care of yourself. Everything that you have, your parents are giving it to you. You depend on your parents. How can you get married? Right now, the only thing you should be focusing on is your books and a relationship with God. God won't break your heart. After you finish your schooling and you get all your degrees, God will provide. Because at that stage of your life, now you are no longer a kid. You are an adult. You are ready. You are wiser. And you are ready to date with the goal of getting married. Because Francine, marriage is not like the Olympics that you need to start training now so you can win marriage gold in the future. Okay, let's take our next question. It comes from Rocky. Rocky wants to know, why do African parents want their kids to get straight A's and why do they want them to be doctors? I won't waste much time on this. Rocky, we want them to get straight A's because we want them to be the best of the best, top of their class. And we want them to be doctors because being a doctor is very respectable. Being a doctor is safe. You are safe. As soon as you are a doctor, you are good. I've never seen a doctor that was unemployed. Okay, the next question comes from McDaniel. Everybody take a moment and look at this picture and tell me what is wrong in this picture. Anyways, McDaniel wants to know, why is it that every time Cliff tries to sneak out the house or do something wrong in the house that I always catch him? That is simple. There's nothing Cliff can pull that I haven't pushed before. Me too, I was young, so I have the experience. So I'm ahead of Cliff before he even thinks about taking a step. Okay, our next question comes from another Francine. Francine part 3. She wants to know, what age was Clifford when he got his first phone and was I very controlling? Clifford was about 15 when he got his first phone. And yes, I was very controlling. I blocked everything to the point where Clifford can only tell the time, call 911 or me with his phone. Our next question comes from Femi. He wants to know, why don't African parents allow us to go out? Why are you lying like that? You go to school. You go to church. Isn't that out? Our next question comes from Krishna. He wants to know what's my favorite dance move and if I can show you guys on this video. No problem. It goes like this. You raise your right hand, then you raise your left hand, then you go to the right, then you go to the left. It's called Praise God. Our next question comes from Mercedes. I'm not sure why she's holding balloons. Maybe it's her birthday. So happy birthday, Mercedes. May you grow to be a BMW. I am so clever. Mercedes wants to know, when I was a teenager, did I do anything that was not okay with my parents? And did I do anything that to this day my parents don't know? Well, I have to tell you the truth. Me as a teenager, I was the perfect teenager. I went to school every day. I was top of my class, and at home I did all my chores. I used to go to the farm first thing in the morning around 5 a.m. Go to the farm, go fetch water, bring it home, and then walk barefoot all the way to school. Miles and miles to school. The only thing my parents don't know I was doing behind their back is when I was secretly praying for them. Our next question comes from Inshira. Now let's analyze this picture. This picture is breaking my heart. As you can see, the teacher is teaching the class, but Inshira has taken it upon herself to turn away from the teacher. And instead, she's taking pictures in class. On her desk, there's no book, but there is a phone. And in her hand, no pen, but there's headphones. Inshira, change your life, oh, change your life. But anyways, Inshira wants to know, why do all African parents say that they are top of their class? Because we all can't be top of our class. Inshira, you are wrong. You are so wrong. We are all top of our class. For example, in your class, if a teacher gives an exam and all of you get A, aren't you all top of your class? Our next question comes from Clement. Clement wants to know, why is a B not accepted in an African home? Because there's an A. As long as there's an A, B is failing. The people in your class who are getting the A, do they have two heads? Okay, let's take the next question. It comes from Auntie Alberta. From this picture, you can see that she met Clifford at a church convention. You guys were too close. I don't like that. She is telling me that I need to allow Clifford and Jamal to spend more time together. It's not happening. She's also telling me, Kwejo, that I made a mistake on Clifford's birth certificate, that I spelled his name incorrect. I didn't make a mistake. I clearly said Cliff to the person who was writing the birth certificate. But Auntie Alberta also had a question. She wanted to know if Clifford and I are going to be at this year's Easter convention at Springfield, Massachusetts. No, we will not. We live in New York, so that means we are going to Albany, New York for our Easter convention. You're welcome to come, but not to come and take pictures and hug Clifford. Our final question comes from Ahmed. Ahmed says practice makes permanent. So if Clifford becomes a professional dishwasher / housekeeper, it's my fault. How will I take it? I won't take it. Okay? There's nothing to take. Just because Clifford washes dishes all the time in this house and cleans this house doesn't mean I'm training him to be a housekeeper. Watch your mouth. Ahmed also wants to know, are there any fun activities African parents do with their kids? Of course, we go to church together. There's joy in the house of the Lord. All these questions. Ahmed also wants to know, why should Clifford stay away from Jamal? Well, that's simple. When Jamal came to America, he forgot who he was. He lost himself. So until he can find himself, Clifford shouldn't be around that. I don't want him influencing Cliff the wrong way. He comes here talking about Jamal in the house. What is that? Hey. And his final question. Ahmed wants to know, if not a doctor, what can Clifford be? That is simple. A lawyer or engineer? Okay, now for the popular questions on the YouTube. The first one comes from Cassandra. It got a lot of likes. And she says, Madam Fo, when will you get new clothes? Hey, let me tell you something. I have a lot of clothes. I have closets full of clothes. But when I'm home, I'm very comfortable in this and in this. It's what I like, okay? If it bothers you, my friend, close your eyes and just listen to the videos. Our next popular comment on the YouTube comes from Skylar. She wants to know, what will I do if Jamal was to move into this house? That's impossible. The only way Jamal can move into this house is over my dead body. And even with that, my spirit won't allow it. The only place Jamal can move in this house is out of the house. And Skylar also said that she loves me. Okay, thank you. That's it. I'm tired of answering questions. Next week, I'll answer more questions. But know that if you sent in questions into the email for this week, those questions have been deleted. So try again and hopefully next week I'll answer your question. Make sure you send it to askafricandad, the A with the thing around it, gmail.com. You can also ask your questions on the comments, and the ones that gets the most likes, I will answer that one. Until next week, bye bye.